Hey, you're back on air with Late Night Nick, and we've got BliZard here in the studio. How you going, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So, your new album's coming out, Japan, man. I like it.
Oh, that was my old album, actually. My new one.
Yeah,
no,
what's the new one?
my new album's called Explore. It hasn't quite got a release date yet, but yeah, hopefully it's coming out soon.
That's what I like to hear. So, how did you get into your label?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. I was about a year and a half ago. Initially, it was with Titan Music.
Yeah.
That was with my first single, Shine, that I released with the singer Alina, and basically what happened was I was just hunting around for other labels, and I had a big album, and it was a very small label at the time.
Yeah.
And it still kind of is, and they were just they weren't entirely comfortable with releasing an entire album, so I did a lot of label hunting, just basically shooting the album to every single label, and then I found digital, and they were really excited to release it, so I ended up releasing it with them.
Good. Yeah, alright, cool. Well, we're going to be coming into, this is a premiere single, so
This is brand new.
Before.
Yeah, this is completely unplayed. Yeah.
And it's Squads. Is it Friends of Four?
Friends of Four Squad. Yeah.
And where can we find this music once it is released?
It's out on the 26th of October, I think, on Beatport exclusively for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's going basically all major digital retailers like iTunes, etc. Yeah.
Good stuff. Alright, we're getting into Squad, Friends 4, and the feature artist on this.
Liza Roberts and Lucy Label.
Cool. Let's do it. Welcome back to Voice of the Avon on 101.3 FM. You're listening here to Late Night Nick and my special guest BliZard.
Hey.
Man, the man, that song was just killing it.
Thank you.
Like
Thanks.
I was telling him before off air, man, it's one of his songs on a USB, and I was bumping through my music back on my back on my way home from my friend's house, and this song came on, and everyone in the car was just like, "What is this?" And we were like, I was like, "I don't know," and they're like, "Well, we don't know." And they're like, "Hey man, I'm the dad in the group. You guys should know."
Yeah.
And then there's a reason why they didn't know. It hadn't been released yet.
Yeah.
Alright guys, quick promo shoot. York olive oil sourdough bread. York olive oil sourdough bread has been well received, and they have increased production, made with flour, water, salt, and fire in a traditional 3-day process. It is delicious. So drive out to Ashworth Road on Saturday morning and pick up your sourdough bread supplies. It will come out of the oven at 10:30 AM and it won't last long. The York Olive Oil Company, good food in the Avon Valley, station sponsor. So do you like your bread, man?
I'm gonna level with you. That sounds like damn amazing bread.
That is pretty
I would like that bread.
I wish I was rich enough to eat it.
Yeah, but I need to get hooked up with that. That sounds like bread I would definitely have.
For sure, man. So how did that song come about?
Oh, well, it was about a year ago I wrote it, actually, for my friend Courtney. It was a song about friendship, really. Like, me and her are pretty close friends, and she said, "Hey, like, make me a song." So I was like, "Yeah, okay, I guess so." And the next day I was just sitting in front of the piano, and I started just this pretty generic jazz riff. And then I just kind of wrote the lyrics with it, and I wanted it to be about friendship, and about, how, like, sometimes two people can just go to a cafe and write a song. And then basically that's like me and my friend Dylan have done on a few occasions, actually. And basically, yeah, that's just kind of how the song came about. Just wrote it up, made it intentionally generic whilst also meant to be taken seriously as well, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it's meant to be turned up, but it has some lyrical value.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So how long would it usually take you to, like, I know you said that song took a year. How long does it usually take you to write a song and produce?
Well, it depends really. Like I can, if I put my mind to it, I can, without vocals usually, I can make a song within a day.
Really?
And have it out the next day on SoundCloud. Or if it's vocals, sometimes it can take anything between 2 weeks to 6 months, really depending on the song. And
that is impressive.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done anything productive in 2 weeks to 6 months.
Well, I mean, since Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, I haven't either. So.
Oh man. So man, what kind of, just coming into this, people get to know you a bit better. Who's your favourite producer other than yourself?
Oh, I've got a few. Skrillex is up there.
Skrillex is a pretty cool guy.
Skrillex is amazing. Kill the Noise is awesome as well.
Especially because I think, I was reading through your profile thing, you're about the same age as me, so 21 about?
Yeah, 21.
So, like, he was coming out when we were about 16, 17, like,
Yeah.
getting really into mainstream, and it was like, what is this new sound?
Yeah.
Where can I get it? Does JB Hi-Fi sell it?
Yeah,
it does.
yeah.
Awesome. Bump that stuff, or down the goon bags. It was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Really nostalgic, It's weird to say something.
Absolutely. Like I can still listen to, his, like, the Bangarang EP is actually one of my favourite EPs of all time. I can listen to that all day long. It's such a good EP.
Yeah, and it's quite funny that his EPs probably have just about as much replay value as his album that eventually did come out.
Yeah, definitely. His album was quite diverse, actually. It was, I think that, personally, I prefer his EP because I thought there was a little more consistency with it, whereas his album, whilst I appreciate the fact that he took risks with his album, like with different songs that made a couple of eyebrows get raised. Me, myself, I was like, there was a couple of good songs on there, but there was a couple where I just wasn't that impressed. Well, maybe impressed the wrong word. Maybe more that driven by, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And who would you, if you could get like a mainstream artist out of anyone, or just any artist, who would you tour with? Just like, who would the main goal be, man?
Mainstream artist, I would love to work with Chester Bennington from Linkin Park or Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park. I think that we could make something really cool. Actually, or even Chris Martin from Coldplay. Actually, I reckon we could do something cool.
Yeah. He's got a wonderful voice.
Absolutely.
How long have you been doing producing?
Maybe about 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
I guess, yeah, like, I mean, when it was... Okay, yeah, I made a song in high school in GarageBand, but I don't really know if you can count that, but...
I think it counts. I mean, I've only done a bad cover band, so that doesn't count. So I'm out too, so I'm going to say it counts.
Yeah.
Verification from some radio host in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a veteran of the game.
A veteran indeed, yeah.
So, the Z in your name, man. The crazy capital Z that comes out of nowhere like it's Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, you know what? There's actually... it's a pretty disappointing anticlimactic story, is that when I was deciding what to call myself, it was actually with my piano teacher at the time. And I was saying I want to start making music. I want to make an alias, like an artist name, because I think Stefan McRoberts, which is my real name, is kind of like it's too Scottish. Let's be honest, it's too Scottish a name. So I figured, let's do something that's still associated with Scotland, like the cold, and I suppose blizzards are freezing in that sense. And the Z actually, disappointingly, was more just to make it stand out from the word Blizzard. Plus, there's also the gaming company that make a lot of Warcraft and Starcraft, BliZard, as well. So one Z and a capital Z makes it stand out a little bit more. That's what
when I actually saw your thing, I thought maybe you were just a massive Diablo fan.
No, no, I've never been into the Blizzard games. No.
They do take up way too much time.
No, yeah, all my friends in school were into World of Warcraft, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just like, no, man. I mean, I play games, but not 40 hours a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, leveling paladins it has so much value, and then that's it.
Yeah. Right, no worries. We're going to get back into your music, man. We're going to be playing Shine.
Yeah.
So tell us about this song, man.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, this is the song that actually got me signed.
Wow.
Yeah. It was, I was actually still in my music production course when I made this song. It was like maybe another 2 weeks to go. And then basically I sent it to all these labels, and then Titan Music got back to me, and they were like, we really like this song. It was a good friend of mine, Alina, actually sang on it, and we'd arranged a date to have vocals done. And she came in and killed them. And then, I was so psyched the next day. I wasn't expecting anything to come of it. I remember running through it to Mum and Dad, actually, like I just got signed to a label. I just got signed,
Yeah, oh, wow.
And yeah, I remember that really clearly. So that's basically how that song came about.
Oh, cool. Well, we're going to be playing it now. So this is a sign-worthy song. Let's get into it. Hey, you're tuned back into Voice of the Avon 101.3 FM. You're chilling here with Mr. Late Night Nick and BliZard. How you going, man?
I'm good.
Getting your songs played on the radio must feel like amazing.
It does feel pretty good, I'm not going to lie.
It's just like a tiny station, man.
Yeah, no, it's still good. Like any publicity is good publicity, so.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it. So tell me about this next song we're going to be playing, Nowhere Left.
Nowhere Left. Well, that is a song, actually, I was kind of glad to finish, because initially, I wrote the song it ended up getting released last year at some point, but it was a song that was kind of in that stagnant stage that was produced 2 years prior to that, and it was just kind of had nothing. It just had nothing. It just wasn't going anywhere, and eventually, I kind of just remade it when I'd kind of upped my skills on producing, and I thought, okay, this has got a lot of potential, so I remade it, and I got Liza to sing on it, and then we just went from there.
Fantastic, cool. So, what's the favourite song you produced out of all of them?
Well, that's a big question. Sakura's up there.
Yep.
And also, actually, in all honesty, Squad. I do like that song. Like, out of the new album coming out, and I do like to think I've got a lot of good stuff coming out in the new album. Like, it just completely surpasses the old one. Like, it's so much better than my old album. But that one, and one I've actually got coming out with a friend of mine called Blake, which is this metal kind of dubstep collab, which is actually really, really cool.
Yeah, that works really well, because I've definitely figured out, like, if you go into Drop D,
Yes,
chucking,
I love drop
phaser.
beats. Like my favourite tuning in guitar. Yeah.
And it's pretty much you got dubstep right there.
Yeah, exactly right.
Especially
exactly.
if you got a whammy bar, like that's.
Oh,
all it
easily.
is.
Yeah, it's the best.
A lot of people have heard credit Wolf Mother. You know,
Yeah,
the end
yeah.
of Joker and the Thief.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
A lot of the creation of dubstep. Yeah, alright, cool. So we'll be going into Nowhere Left featuring Lisa Roberts again. And yeah, we're coming back into our last little segment after that.
Yeah.
Hey, you're listening to Voice of the Avon 101.3 FM. We're back on air for the last little song we'll be playing together. That was some pretty cool stuff, man.
Thank you. Thanks. That was actually the most successful out of the ones I've released. That one, #1 on Track It Down for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
Actually,
that's
yeah.
Impressive, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm completely gobsmacked.
Yeah, that was a good feeling. Yeah.
So, do you have any funny stories from when you were like recording and like making music, or you played in the gigs and stuff like that?
Actually, yes, and yeah. So basically, it was when I was recording everything with Alina. Actually, she has the habit of being pretty crazy behind the mic at times, and I was with my friend Gabsy as well, who was helping me record, and she was like, "Can I get a glass of water?" So I went through and got her a glass, and as she's taking a drink, she decides to start making these very strange kind of slurping noises through the microphone, and basically I managed to get it all and sampled it. And basically, I'll put it this way: in the upcoming album of the song, I've put it somewhere, and she's never gonna find it. Like I've put it as a sample, I've put it somewhere in one of the songs of my upcoming album, and she is not gonna find it. It's simple as that. It's great.
With enough processing and editing and stuff, I reckon it'd make a good drop.
Oh, exactly. It would make a fantastic drop, like in trap or something, I'm sure.
Now, there's something I'll ask every one of my guests.
Okay.
Tell us your worst or your best dad joke, depending on how you look at it.
Oh man. Okay, my worst one.
I mean, I can start you off. I can kind of break the ice if you want.
Oh well, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, and this is pretty prevalent because of the last, because of what happened today. How many Eagles players does it take to change a light bulb, man?
Oh, how many?
It's impossible. Once they get up the ladder, they don't do anything.
That's fantastic. I like that. That's great. Oh man. If I have to, you see, the ones I'm thinking off the top of my head are just not quality. Either that or they're completely vulgar. So I'm not really sure if I can say them on air. But okay. Yeah. I'll play it safe. All right. So why didn't the dog stay in the sun? Why was he in the shade?
Why was he in the shade?
Well, he didn't want to be a hot dog.
It's
terrible. Isn't that like the worst joke you've ever heard?
It is.
Like I've got Dylan here face palming. It's like,
Wow.
it's pretty terrible. That's the worst joke I know probably.
Oh my god. Well, so the last song we were playing was Is Everything, and I think that is everything we could do.
Yeah.
You don't want to be hot dogs.
No, absolutely not.